I'm going to share with you this young lady because this lady, I truly have the honor of presenting to some and introducing to others a phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal woman that has been in this industry of direct sales for over a decade. She's a servant leader and has a huge mission to help others in her walk of life. She's established herself as a servant leader and a champion for women empowerment. She's well accomplished in her own right and is continuously creating success in her endeavors and sharing her wealth of knowledge. And that's exactly what she's going to do this evening. Share her wealth of knowledge with each and every one of you. Let's show some love and drop some hearts in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Let's welcome the amazing woman, Miss Carley Guinn. Welcome to the line, beautiful.
Thank you, Mrs. Bean. Can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear. Take it over.
Thank you so much. Well, first and foremost, thank you, Mrs. Kim Bean, for taking time out of your evening tonight to host the call for us and give me that wonderful and amazing introduction. I really appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, please give Mrs. Bean some hearts, some stuff in the chat. I'm extremely grateful to have her as a part of my life and to know her, and even more so to have her host and introduce me tonight on the call. So hearts right back to you, Mrs. Bean. So thank you so much for that warm introduction. Once again, as Mrs. Bean said, my name is Carley Guinn. Let me share my screen here, make sure you guys can see. Let's see here. If someone can let me know if you guys can see my screen, that would be awesome.
Yes, we can see it.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Bean. Well, as Mrs. Bean said, my name is Carley Guinn. I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri, but I reside now very excitedly in Orlando, Florida. It's always been a dream of mine. I'm a huge Disney lover, and I love the ocean and the beach and the water to live in Florida. And I live here now, so grateful for that. And it is partially because of things I've learned from Mr. and Mrs. Bean that helped me to make that happen. So grateful to them and their leadership. And I'm so fired up and excited to have the privilege of sharing this extraordinary opportunity of BYLD Network with you guys tonight. A little bit about me, I'll be honest with you, if I can be transparent with you on the line, and I'm sure that some of you who are here with us tonight, you might feel where I'm coming from with this, but when BYLD came to me and came to my phone line, to my doorstep, I was entrepreneured out. My background is in makeup artistry and entrepreneurship. And I was entrepreneured, I was direct saled, I was network marketing out. I was burnt out from the industry. I really had no interest in getting back involved in anything like that. But when I saw BYLD Network, when I saw everything that's a part of it, when I saw the extraordinary leadership that we're working with and how it's so different from anything else out there, I said, you know what? I have to take advantage of this opportunity. And I'm so, so grateful that I did. And so again, you might be thinking that some of those same things on the line tonight. So stay with me. And I'm going to share with you what makes BYLD Network different and what makes it extraordinary. Okay. So we're going to talk about building your mindset, building your business, and of course, what we're all here for, building your net worth. 1 second. There we go. So high ticket brokerage, that's what BYLD Network is all about. That's one of the things that makes us different. Again, no knock to any network marketing companies out there, but I know for me, a lot of the things that are out there and the things that I was a part of, it was all low ticket items. It was all things that are low ticket products and services. And even though they're great, that in order to reach the kind of income that majority of people who get started in the industry really want to earn, right? Those 6 and 7 figure incomes. You really had to grow a huge team, have a huge network in order to hit those numbers because everything is low ticket, right? So they can only pay out so much because the items are only selling for so much. There's only so much profit margin there, right? Well, with high ticket, it's completely different because they're able to pay out, and I'm going to share what those some of what those payouts are here shortly, but significantly more. So you can really build a strong 6-figure income for yourself if you want to build a team or if you don't, right? And this is different. Because if you have zero desire to build a team, I think it's really smart, hint, hint, clue, clue for you to do that. But if you don't, and you just want to create a 6-figure income for yourself, you can do that with our 4 high ticket verticals, and we have more coming. There's huge potential in each and every single one of them, whether you maximize one or all four. So why build a business? Because no one is coming to save you, okay? Entrepreneurship used to be a should, and now it has become a must. How many of you guys would agree? Okay. I know I've been hearing, I try not to listen to the news because it's just so negative all the time, but how many of you guys have heard things about, people losing their jobs, the recession is coming, right? You have to be the one that is creating and being the head of the financial status of your own family, right? You have to be that person that's leading the charge and having multiple streams of income. So if one, if one thing goes away, if one income stream that you have goes away, you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other income streams that have revenue coming in for you. So you're not sitting there wondering, how am I going to pay my rent? How am I going to afford groceries? How am I going to get gas, right? How am I going to do not even just the necessities, but also things that I want to do that add value to my life, like travel, like, do things for my kids, allow them to play sports and all of these other things, right? You have to have income to do that. I know for me, I have found myself before in a situation where, I got laid off and I lost my job. And I'm so grateful that I had other things to be able to help me during that time frame that provided income for me and for my family to be able to help in that time frame where I was going from one job to another, right? And building another revenue stream up. So again, we live in the age of the gig economy, right? If you do any kind of scrolling online, I'm sure you've seen a million different, hey, this is how you're going to make $1 million in 2025. And you see here that over 13.5 billion people are searching how to start a business. There are so many people out there that realize and recognize, look, my job is just not going to cut it. It's not enough. I need something more. I need to have something else I'm doing, something that I'm in control of that no one can fire me from. Okay. It's just, if I just don't show up, that's the only way I'm not going to be successful. Okay. And people are using things like Uber, Etsy, Airbnb, and Shopify to make more of the money that they need and want to make. So we can help them do that with Build a Network as well. So here's some things, if you've never looked at building a business, if you've never looked at, hey, studied business or what to look for, here is what you want to look for when you're looking at a business opportunity. You want to look for industries with a big target market and low market penetration, all right? You want to look for markets or businesses that have essential goods and services like gas, electricity, water, or things that are highly consumable, right? Like coffee. And other things like alcohol and tobacco, but those might not be things that you want to get into for whatever reason. And then industries that will thrive in good and bad economies. Again, you want to make sure that whatever you are involved in is going to be something that's going to thrive, whether people are thriving financially or they're not, because you don't want to have your business be built on something that people want to, that if they have to cut some corners or cut some things out, that they're not going to cut out their business that they're doing with you. So let's take a look at the 4 verticals that we currently have. Again, we have more coming, so stay tuned for that. But guys, if we never had anything else other than these 4 verticals, you have a huge opportunity to make significant income. Again, I said high ticket sales is different. Having a high ticket brokerage is different than anything else that's out there. Let's look at some of the numbers, okay? Starting with Encore Solar. For solar deals, $6,000 to $10,000 per deal. $6,000 to $10,000 per deal. How many of you guys could see, even if you closed one deal a month, right? You're making $6,000 to $10,000 a month. Okay, just off of that one deal. Okay, now I don't know about you, but I personally wouldn't stop at one. But you can see how for some people that would replace their income. That would be more than double or triple maybe some people's income that's out there just with one deal per month with solar. Okay, let's look at ADT and Brinks Home Security. How many of you guys know that security is huge? You know, again, sometimes when things happen with the economy, there's recessions and such, people get desperate, they get in desperate situations. So home security is huge because you know, people start making some bad decisions when, you know, they have to make some hard, tough decisions when they need to provide for their families, right? So you want to make sure you're protecting your home, protecting your family, and more people out there are realizing they need better security systems. So we can provide that and look at um, $500 to $700 per deal for the ADT Brinks Home Security. Okay. And then you heard from our director of operations for Rain H2O, the phenomenal Mrs. Kim Bean earlier. Rain H2O happens to be near and dear to my heart because I am a water connoisseur, a little bit of a water snob. I know the importance of having clean water. And guys, if you don't know, you really should look into it, okay? It's so important for so many different reasons. But let's talk about the money right now. For our Rain H2O, those deals are closing and you're earning anywhere from $1,000 to $2,100 per deal. Again, you see how these can really truly add up. The more deals that you're closing and you're helping other people to close, you can really make a strong, significant income. Once again, even if you just want to, you know, have that income for yourself and not help other people and not build a team. And then, of course, we have our Smart Money Club because we're not just going to show you how to earn money. We're going to show you how to keep money, how to improve your credit, how to grow your money, right? And so that to have access to that, that's going to provide residual income for you and residual income for people that you're working with, which who doesn't love residual income, right? Doing something once and getting paid on it in perpetuity. So let's talk about solar, okay? Because it is one of our flagship products, our flagship verticals, and obviously it has some of the most highest income earning potential. So let's talk about it. So why get involved in the solar industry? The size and timing of the opportunity, first and foremost. There's 130 million homes in the US right now. 90 million are eligible for solar. And if you live in Florida like me, you know that that number, 130 million homes, is growing. Like, I feel like there's new construction everywhere. Um, so 90 million are eligible for solar and only 5 million have gone solar. So that's 85 million homes that are currently eligible for solar that don't have solar. So how many of those 85 million homes do you want to be the one to provide solar for, right? How many of those 85 million homes do you want to close to the deal for to the tune of $6,000 to $10,000 per deal, right? When you start really thinking about that, those numbers really add up and you can see how you can really generate wealth, how this is really truly a huge opportunity for you and your family if you choose to take advantage. So why solar for consumers? So why would the consumer want to take advantage and have access to solar? Okay, well, it's going to save them money. So again, we talked about people wanting to have more money coming in. Well, that's not just income coming in, but I don't know anybody that doesn't want to save on bills that they already have. So they're going to save 50% on energy costs. There's zero down with various financing options available. So it makes it very accessible to anyone that wants to get access to solar, and their home is a good fit for that. Blackout protection using specific batteries. Now, I personally am so grateful I've not experienced that, but I know a lot of people who have living in Louisiana and Houston and Florida who have experienced blackouts from all the hurricanes and different things that happen, the natural disasters out there. And you know, you don't really realize how much you use electricity until all of a sudden you don't have access to it, right? Especially like the heat and everything. So wouldn't it be amazing for you to be able to show people how they never have to go through that ever again with blackout protection from solar and solar batteries? Tax credits, receive a tax credit of 30% just for going solar, right? So you can help people, again, put money back into their pocket because they're saving on taxes. Immediate increase in your home's value. So they're immediately going to increase the value of their home simply because they've added solar panels to their house. That's huge. So when they turn around and sell their house, if they choose to do that, it's immediately going to be worth more than it was when they purchased it, just for that. And then, of course, clean energy, right? Who doesn't want to make sure they're protecting the environment and doing something good for the environment and for the world that we live in, right? In 2022, someone went solar every 45 seconds. I would be so curious to know what that number is for 2023 and 2024, because I have a feeling it would be even shorter time frame than that, even less than 44 seconds. And again, guys, that just speaks to the magnitude of the opportunity we have and how many people are looking for what we have access to. So what do you see here? I don't know about you, but I see a lot of houses that not only need solar, but that also need clean water, that also perhaps need security, right? And we can provide all of that for each and every single one of these homes. So I see nothing but opportunity when I look at the screen. I don't know about you. So here's some customer testimonials, right? You want to see the numbers, right? Because men and women lie, but numbers don't. So here's a customer in California who, before they went solar, their energy bill was $287 a month, right? After going solar, it's now just $148 a month. And the even better news is that at some point in time, their bill is going to go away because they have solar. So at some point in time, that bill is going to be paid, right? So they're not going to have that bill coming in and just continuing to go up. The commission on that, so again, we talked about those commissions, right? The commission on this deal was $6,400. So if you brought the deal to the table and closed the deal, you're earning that full $6,400 off of one deal. Now, if you worked with one of our mentors and they're the ones that are doing all the heavy lifting to close that deal, so you brought the deal to the table, but they're doing all the things on the back end to close the deal, then you'll split the deal with them, but you're still earning $3,200 simply for bringing a solar lead to the table, right? Bringing someone to the table for the deal to be closed. And then the mentor is earning $3,200 for helping you to close that deal and doing all the things on the back end. How amazing is that? That you can simply be almost like a referral partner, right? And you're earning $3,200 for each deal. That's huge. I don't know anything else, anywhere else that you can make that kind of income, right? Let's look at another deal. Another customer testimonial down in Florida, my neck of the woods. This customer, before their energy bill, and y'all, if you live in Florida or somewhere that is really hot, you know that in the summertime, your energy bill is like through the roof, right? $410 before solar, $290 after. And again, at some point, that bill is going to go away. So that person is saving money every single month. And let's look at the commission. $8,200 in commission from this one deal. Again, just one deal. And if you close the deal fully, once again, you're earning that entire $8,200. If you brought the deal to the table but you didn't close the deal, you're earning that $4,100 as the mentee. And the mentor is going to earn $4,100 for helping to close that deal, right? So you can see, again, how these numbers really add up and help you to reach those 6- and 7-figure incomes pretty quickly if you're out there doing the work. So let's talk about energy cost over time. Now, I can't see all the chat because I have other screens open, but I'm gonna guess what you guys are gonna say to the answer to this question. I personally have never experienced a decrease in my electric bill. Personally myself, okay? Just from having an electric bill, I never experienced a decrease in that bill. It only ever went up, right? And guys, you see here 6 to 8% annual increase in an energy bill every single year, right? You're getting that slight increase, okay? Well, you're only ever going to beat that or make that go away by going solar, right? You see here $225,000 in total electricity costs over the span of that 30 years. Approximately $54,000 by going solar. That's $171,000 in savings just from going solar. And like I said, that's not counting your tax credit. But also, ladies and gentlemen, remember that as people continue to go solar, those electric companies are going to be missing out on that income and that revenue. Okay. So they have to charge someone. So they're going to start charging and increasing even more for the people who are still just getting electricity and have no solar. So why would you want to be left holding the bag for all of these other people out here just because you decided not to go solar because you think you don't want to be in solar. But guess what? You're in solar anyways because the electric company is taking part of what they're charging you every single month and they're buying their own solar, right? So that way they can charge you for something they're not having to pay for. And you're still getting charged these extremely high prices for your electricity, right? So just make the decision to go solar. It just makes sense, right? So I don't know about you, but I don't like to take any advice from anyone that I wouldn't trade places with, right? Especially I wouldn't trade bank accounts with, right? I would definitely trade bank accounts with Mr. Warren Buffett here. And he says energy deregulation will be the largest transfer of wealth in history. And I think you can probably see from the slides that I've shared with you, if you've been paying attention, following along, that's true. And you can see how that can happen and how it can happen pretty quickly. The gentleman that I'm going to bring to the line now to share the rest of this information with you is someone who knows a lot about the industry. He's been in the industry. First and foremost, he's a family man. And he's building this business to build a foundation and a future for his family to come. He has earned a sustainable six-figure income in the solar industry over the last 6 years by helping other consultants run a sustainable business and helping homeowners make the switch to cleaner future. Again, so he's a living example of what we've been talking about this entire time, right? Not only has he been pretty successful for himself, but he accredits that success to making significant impact in the lives of others. And he has a goal to help 1,000 families create sustainable 6 to 7 figure income within the next 10 years in this industry. What I appreciate him so much for is that he's always an astute professional. He's always showing up being on point, on purpose, on time, and about his business and helping other people. So please help me welcome to the line someone who is leading the national expansion of BYLD Network, Mr. Idiris Alaka.
Absolutely. And Ms. Guinn, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir, I can. Please take it away.
Absolutely. Before I get started, can we please just give Ms. Guinn, some heat, some, hearts in the chat for doing such an amazing job. I know a lot of us get a chance to maybe see and hear from her from time to time, but we actually got a chance to, or we were pleasure to, get her presence on the call tonight for us to share this amazing opportunity. And she did such a great job. So thank you so much for the introduction and allowing me to finish everything off. So as you mentioned with, Warren Buffett and energy deregulation being the largest transfer in wealth, I just want everyone to literally just stop and think, right? 10, 15 years ago, right? We're talking about energy deregulation and the transfer of wealth. 10, 15 years ago, if you walked outside, how many electric cars would you see? Probably not many, right? But now you can't walk out your house without seeing at least two or three on each and every corner, right? And this is the same thing that's going to take place with the transition from gas, coal to electric with solar as well. And not just solar, because that's not all we sell, as you heard from Ms. Guinn clearly present that. But we really take and make homes more efficient, right? More effective, and with all of our essentials that we offer. But I have the pleasure to talk a little bit about how we actually get paid in this business, right? So we'll jump into that just a bit, and we get paid literally 7 different ways within BYLD Network. But to be specific, I'm going to go over just a few just due to lack of time that we have for tonight. But let's jump into it, right? So first and foremost, you can actually make personal sales as you sell solar. All right. And this is with any product that we have. You can actually, be at a level where you can actually sell for yourself. But just talking about solar here, you can earn 70% of the commission on any personal sale, which is an average of roughly $10,000 per installation, right? So 70% of that will literally be 7,000. Now, the way to actually be in a position to sell deals on your own is literally just having your first three with the solar mentor, with the solar specialist to show you the ropes of how this goes. And then you'll be in a position to actually close deals on your own, right? So that's amazing there, as you can see. In addition to that, we're now looking at mentor sales, all right, where you can be actually in a position to, once again, become a mentor. And not only just help people on your team, but help people literally all around the country close deals, all around the country. Imagine waking up and seeing literally leads, and I should say referrals, in your inbox from people outside of the state that you live in, right? And you being and having the privilege and the honor to actually help close their deal. So once again, all you would have to do is close three with the solar mentor, five, right, on your own, now that you're in a position to do so. Once you take and complete a company certification, now you're in position to actually be a mentor and service the whole company nationwide as well, which is a big deal. And just to give you a little example of our mentee sales example, let's say you connected or you connect three homeowners with the mentor, and you help them save with solar. So just do the math here, right? Simple math, right? Three sales on an average of 3,500 per split, right? This is with you and the mentor. We're now talking about over $10,000 in commissions for the month, right? So this is a big deal, right? You helping homeowners reduce their electricity costs, you're now in a position to earn over $10,000 a month, right? Now, most people in America don't actually get a chance, aren't at this income level, right? But you can literally by helping more people. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that as well in a bit. But let me give you another example here, right? Another mentor sale. So let's say as a mentor, you actually got four consultants started and you're helping all four of them close their first three sales, right? So 4 times 3, this is 12 families that you're able to help. 12 times 3,500, that's $42,000 in commissions, whether that be for the week, whether that be for the month. But some people, surprisingly enough, just to think about this, if you did this on a part-time basis and you did that for the year, this is an additional $42,000 that you're adding on top of your full-time income, right? That can take some people from a five-figure income for the year to now a six-figure income potentially, just by adding and helping, other people, not only helping people on the team, but people all over the country. So this is a huge deal, right? And I like this quote from Zig Ziglar. Basically, you will get everything in life that you want if you help enough people get what they want. And this is what this business is literally all about. All we do is help. We help our clients, we help our teammates, we help each and every one of us in the company as well. And we look to help you and serve you as you get started with us as well, right? So there's team building overrides here, obviously, as you can see, and everyone gets started as a consultant. And then you literally just work your way up through the ranks. So as a consultant, you get overrides as well. But as a manager, and not only do you get overrides from the people you bring in as well, but you also get overrides from the 10% roughly off the overall team, right? So that means everyone on the team, when they close a deal, you actually get an override from that as well, right? And 10, team installs within a 60-day period. Now, if anyone has been in sales, any type of sales, most organizations operate on a 30-day period. Here at BYLD, we give people more opportunity to not only make income for themselves, but also make income with their team in a longer time frame. So you have 60 days to actually complete and have these 10 installs. For a director, you now earn more overrides, 35% from everyone you bring in, 15% from the overall team, and 24 installs in a 60-day period. That's huge. At our executive and national director levels, you now open up a different type of the comp plan, right? And that's called the the company pool, right? Not a swimming pool that you swim in, but we're talking about definitely a different type of income, right? This is the pool of the overall company's growth. You now get paid roughly 2 to 5% of that, literally, as you continue to build your business, but as the company continues to grow nationwide, international, you get a piece of the action when you're at that executive and national director level. So I'm sure if you're seeing this, obviously, we all want to get to those levels. But most importantly, we have the people here to help you, right? You have the leaders, you have the mentors, we have the right people in place for you to actually win and succeed. And I want to make this clear, and I want to stress this. I know we're talking a lot about, because this is from the solar side, but this applies to all of our products and services that we have as well, right? So let me give you another example. As a manager with just 10 consultants, let's say they all just did one sale for the month, right? So that's 10 sales. Let's say four came from your first level of people who you brought on board, another six from everyone, everywhere else on the team. So this is approximately around $6,000 in overrides. Now, I want you to think, when was the last time you got paid anywhere close to $6,000 in overrides? Usually, this doesn't happen with a traditional job. And in most companies, you would have to sell a lot of products, right, to make a $6,000 override. In this example, we're literally just talking about 10 consultants just doing one deal for the month, and we're at over 6,000. But then if you add your own personal deal, as we mentioned, with with the average payout of $7,000, we're now looking at over $13,000 in income. As I mentioned earlier, most people in America don't even make over $10,000 a month, right? You can do that here. I don't want to say with minimal effort, but just with focus, right? With focus, you'll be in a position to, once again, not help their clients that you're actually working with, but other people on your team as well. Let's use another example. And this is a little bit more aggressive, right? So we're talking about at the director level with another 10 consultants. And now these consultants are doing a lot more, right? They're excited and they're pumped up. And instead of doing one deal a month, they're now all doing two, right? Big difference here, right? So 10 consultants doing two deals each. Now we have a total of 20 deals, right? So let's say 8 came from the front line, right? Another 12 came from everywhere else on the team. Now you're close to $14,000 in income override income at that. And once again, guys, if you add your own personal solar deal to the table, we're now talking about close to $21,000 for the month, right? I've been in sales, I've been in business, direct sales and things of that nature for a while. Haven't really seen a compensation plan like this, but it's about to get better, right? But before we even talk about all of that, I want you to think about what it would actually cost you from a mental perspective, from a physical perspective, from a financial perspective, what it would cost you to actually run your own solar business. So we're talking about the relationship with installers nationwide. That's not an easy thing to accomplish. Trust me, right? We're talking about accounting, making sure everyone gets paid on time, right? You need a big firm to do that. And that's not cheap. We're talking about sales, running a whole sales team nationwide. We're talking about marketing, CRMs, technologies, operations, customer service. All of this easily can run someone close to about $5,000 to $10,000 a month. But I want you to really understand this, $5,000 to $10,000 a month. You and BYLD don't have to do that at all. You get a chance to take advantage of this. Everything that I just mentioned as a consultant at a one-time 149 investment. And then from there, a $49 investment, you get your whole nationwide solar brokerage and the ADT brokerage, all of the tech and the training, just in case you want to be a solar consultant yourself. But what I'm really excited about, that was good, and I'm sure everyone could agree. But what I'm really excited about is the builder position, right? And that's because of all of the other builder benefits that you're able to take advantage of, right? And we'll talk about the pricing and everything, but let's really talk about what's included in that builder membership, right? So we're talking about Smart Money Club, right? And I love this simply due to the fact that it not only talks about your personal finances, but it also talks about your business finances as well, and also gives you personal and business literacy from the financial perspective, right? So when you talk about personal credit and rebuilding your credit, tax planning, being your own bank, tax-free retirement. In today's day and age, with all of the stuff happening in the world, with people feeling very uncertain about their financial futures, this is really what we have to offer people to put them at ease. Imagine just listening to a certified coach on, once again, credit, how to build your credit, how to retire with the money and the finances you need to retire the way you want. This is everything and so much more that we offer in our Smart Money Club membership. And once again, that's just from the personal side. Now, as we talk about the business mastery, once again, entity structuring, really knowing and understanding how to build and structure your business in the right format to benefit and take advantage of all of the incentives that are in play for business owners like us on the line, right? Establishing corporate credit. If you're looking to grow, and that's probably something you want to take advantage of. If you're really looking to grow, once again, access to capital is extremely needed and necessary. But in addition, knowing the difference between good and bad credit, not only from a personal standpoint, but also from a business standpoint. You'd be surprised how many businesses go out of business because they grew too fast and they started using a lot of bad debt instead of applying that in the right places. Point is, you get a chance to benefit from all of the knowledge of all of the specialists in this field that literally share tips, nuggets, and tools with us on a weekly basis that you actually have access and direct contact with on a day-to-day basis. Absolutely phenomenal. This is part of the Builder membership. In addition to that, we have our Build Membership Rewards Club. So this gives you access to over 50,000 restaurants. If you like to eat, this is for you. If you like to shop, this is for you. But what I love here is if you like to travel, then this is definitely for you, right? I was just speaking to another gentleman earlier, and he mentioned another company that he was with, um, and he only mentioned that they had the travel program, right? And what's funny is that he mentioned that he was paying roughly $200 a month for just the travel program alone. And I said, listen, we really need to speak because not only do we have travel, not only do we have the Smart Money Club, but you could offer your family, your friends, your neighbors, and any and everybody you know, all of the products and services that we have, and we still have more to come. But specifically about our Bill membership rewards club, you get a chance to literally save so much money, right? On the things that you do on a day-to-day basis. So as I mentioned, restaurants, retailers, shopping, travel. You heard a little bit about some of the, Ms. Gwen talking about travel earlier. As the season starts to change, the sun starts to come out, people are going to be wanting to travel all over the place. So imagine you not only helping yourself out by saving money, but also lending that a hand to somebody else so that they can actually travel on the same discount as you through our travel rewards club as well. Average member saves anywhere between 25 to 3,500, but I really think that's lowballing it if you really use it the right way. So you get access to this as well as a builder benefit, right? But this is probably the biggest benefit here, right? And for those who have that big vision and that big goal of building a big business, you really want to pay attention to what I'm about to go through here. And this is our dual team bonus, right? To be honest, I've never seen anything like this before. Where literally you build out two teams, one on the left, one on the right, and you get a chance to earn a monthly residual income from anywhere between 500 to $250,000 a month, right? 500 to $250,000 a month. So I heard this recently. Someone said, when you look at this chart, instead of trying to understand it, find your freedom number. Right? What's your freedom number? What's your freedom amount? If that's $4,000 a month, then you see exactly what you need to do, and you see exactly what you need to create to get that. That's 115 on the left, 115 on the right. Now, as we also look through this chart, here's my simple question to you. Do you know people who could possibly save on their electricity costs? Yes, that's a few people on the left. Do you know people who could drink better water? Yes, that's a few people on the right. Do you know people who could, benefit from home security? Yes, it's more and more people. How many people do we know that could benefit from the financial aspect of everything that we do and offer? I'm just naming everything that we have so far, so you can actually fill out the list and once again choose what that freedom number is for you and continue to build it. Right. But this is absolutely here for those who actually want to build a big business as well, in addition to the matching bonuses. So long story short, as you go and you grow and achieve your goals, your financial goals, the more people you help within the team, basically you help them hit their goals, the more income you actually make from that. That's literally what the matching bonus is, right? But just imagine, closing 3, 4, 5 deals a month, but in addition to that, having a residual income of $15,000 a month as well, on top of that, right? This is what we have here to offer, and this is what we can all build together if you see the opportunity for yourself. So how do we actually get started? And this is how we get started in our builder pack. The builder pack is a one-time $199 investment and then a monthly $99 investment from there. You get access to the nationwide solar business, nationwide ADT business, all of the tech and the training. Now, I want to just talk about the tech and the training because if you want or desire to learn how to sell anything in any product that we have, guess what? We have all of the training on demand, right? If you want to learn how to, once again, get better with your finances, we have all of the training on demand, right? Everything that you have is literally at your fingertips, in addition to the Bill Member Rewards Club, as well as the Smart Money Club. All of this in your membership for $199, one-time investment, and then $99 a month. And I know someone's thinking, damn, you had me at the $199, but then you mentioned $99 a month. I'm not feeling that. Well, if you're not feeling that, all you need to do is refer your first 4 people, and then you pay no more, right? It doesn't get better than that, right? By adding value to 4 other people's lives and sharing this information with them, you get a chance to have your membership, your monthly membership waived, and you get a chance to build this business with no money out of pocket. So I would highly recommend all of the guests on the line. What you want to do, you just want to let the person know who invited you on. First and foremost, you want to thank them. Thank them for actually getting you on the line and having you take a look at an opportunity that's literally about to explode, not just here nationally, but international, all over the world. You want to really thank them for that. Because of most people on the line didn't get a chance to, make that first investment in Amazon, right? Most people didn't get a chance to make that first investment in Bitcoin. Most people didn't get that first chance to make that investment in, Tesla, all these other things, but you're here now, right? And you're here now, I'm not even sure if it's a year yet, but you're here now getting a chance to see what we have before it gets brought to the overall market, before it gets brought to the world, as we continue to build legacies for everyone here as well. So once again, let that person know that you appreciate them, and also just let them know whether you're ready to get started. Don't let them know the long stories and everything like that. Let them know if you want to get started, rock and roll with us, and literally continue to build more legacies and bring more households home, so we can actually help and build, with them as well. So I appreciate everyone on the line. I hope everyone has a great night. Take care, take charge. Have a great night, and look forward to working with you all. Bye-bye for now.
Recording